am currently heating up my goat milk to about 100 to 115 degrees. I'm going to be pouring it into my Viver, I don't know if you say that right, milk separator. I got that especially for this, knowing I was going to start milking my goats after I wean the kids off, and I'm really hoping that I can make butter. I do a lot of baking and cooking, and it would definitely help out if I could make my own butter out of this lovely fresh goat milk. The first time I tried making this, it did not turn out. It would not churn down, and that might have been for two different reasons. Now, the first reason is that I didn't have my milk separator cream adjuster separated enough, and I can show you what that looks like on there where it makes it thinner or thicker. And of course I want it thicker because I want just mostly cream. And the second thing is that my goat's milk just doesn't have a high enough fat content to make butter. Now, all is not lost if it is because my goats don't have a high fat content. I can continue just to buy milk from my friend who has dairy cows. I just choose to not have a dairy cow. Goats are a little bit more easier for me to handle, and I've bought goat milk before. Before I decided to kid and milk them, I wanted to try it first and make sure I was even going to like it, and I didn't notice much of a difference. My kids obviously notice a difference just because they know it's goat milk, but I cook with it, and it helps create nice fluffy breads and pancakes and everything, so that's definitely a plus. So I can continue to milk them if I please. And I have used this milk separator before with cow's milk, and I have made butter before, and it turned out just fine. So I'm going to give it another go, give it one last try to see if I can make butter out of this, and if not, then now I know that I can't. I'm trying to get the best shot here, and I'm not sure if you can see it all, but I have my milk separator all set up, and I have two bowls on either side where the cream would come out one side and my skim milk would be coming out the other. Now, it's always recommended that you do a batch of hot water first before every single milk separation, and that's just to help make sure that everything's running correctly and clear out any debris that might be left over that maybe didn't get completely cleared out. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, hot milk is loaded. Let's turn it on. So this will be the fat-free milk. This would be the cream. That looks pretty thin, honestly, but this is what I'd be using to try to make butter. This is all the technically skim milk now. And, oh, come on. This is the cream that I've gotten. So it doesn't look like I have a whole lot of fat in my goat milk, but I'm still going to give it a go. This was completely full, so we have almost about the same amount of milk that we started with, besides this about, 2-inch gap here because this was full. That is a lot of pieces after everything is taken apart, and I have not quite made up my mind yet if it's worth it. Milking my goats every night takes me about 30 minutes to milk the goats, and I save the milk, and I usually I had given some away, so I probably get like 2 to 2.5 gallons depending on when I separate the kids, because they do still all sleep together in the same pen at night, so they are still nursing at night. But as you can see, this is all the cream that I got technically. And I've let it cool down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start agitating it, and it will actually take quite a while for it to separate with just this. But I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on low and leave it on because it's time to go milk the goats right now. Anyways, so we will see if it separates or not. Put your head in here. No. Put your head in here. Come on. There you go. I have been agitating that cream for about 30 minutes now, and it doesn't look like it's going to separate. So I think next week what I will do is I will focus on trying to make different types of cheeses with the goat milk. So I've made like your basic farmer's cheese, which is really easy to make with just some vinegar after heating it up, heating the milk up on the stove. And that's really good. I make pizza with it. It's almost like a crumbly feta cheese, and it doesn't have a horrible flavor, but I am a very big cheese eater, and it would be great if I could make a hard cheese that I could cut up and use for multiple different purposes. So that is what I will try to do next week. I have rennet, and I did order some culture that's in my fridge. So all else fails, I can always stop milking and I can sell my machine and my cream separator. But like I said, I have a friend that I can get cow's milk from, so I can still buy cow milk from her and use my milk separator to make butter still. And I have done that before, so I don't necessarily have to get rid of my milk separator. But I will say that as of right now, it doesn't really seem too worth it for me to continue milking my goats. I spend 30 minutes every day to milk the goats, storing the milk in my fridge, and then I mean, I can use it to cook with. It's not fatty enough to make butter, and I'm really the only one that uses it. I use it in baking and whatnot, but I can't go through 2 gallons of goat milk by myself. And my kids definitely aren't one to just pour it and drink it. And that might be because they know it's from a goat. They'll drink fresh cow's milk, but not fresh goat's milk. And that's okay. I will try to make that cheese next week. And then I will decide from there if I think it's worth it to milk my goats. If I can't make any quality cheeses, I don't think it's going to be worth my time to continue milking them. And therefore, I will no longer kid, because the only reason I kidded was so that I could milk my goats. Oh, I got the irrigation on. Why are you coming for me? You're going the wrong way. Anywho, see me next week where we will try the other cheese and see if I can make anything worthwhile out of my goat's milk. Otherwise, we'll see y'all next time. Love you, bye.